The 908th edition of the MMA Gambling Podcast on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network is brought to you by Underdog. Underdog's got a brand new offer for new customers. Play just $5 and get $50 in bonus funds when you sign up with promo code MMA SGPN.
Heidi ho, degenerinos. Welcome to episode 908 of the MMA Gambling Podcast on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network. That's dedicated to HHW12345. What a great name. Who says we are massively underrated and he thanks us for our work and our intel is on point. Well, thank you, HHHW12345. This episode is dedicated to you. And it's a good episode. I'm Mr. Worldwide, Jeff Fox. That's Daniel Gumby Vreeland. We're going to break down Cage Warriors 193. It was called Hardwick versus Quay Hagens, but it is not that anymore. Things aren't going so well for the Hardwicks right now, are they, Gumby?
No, although it's not him that pulled out of this fight.
Yeah.
They and according to all the sources I have that I know over in Europe, they are actively looking for a replacement. Maybe by the time this is hitting your ears on Tuesday, because we did record it a little early. Maybe by the time this hits your ears on Tuesday, they've already found him one. But yeah, not the headliner, not Quay Hagens anymore. And I like Jan Q too. Jan Q is nasty. That would have been a fun fight, but he took a jab in training supposedly, and it like exploded his orbital. And he was like, I wasn't even sparring hard. I just caught me the wrong way. So yeah, it's his opponent who's hurt. But yeah, he's not going to be fighting unless they find him somebody last second, and it probably won't be anybody all that impressive. His brother fought somebody who was very impressive this week, and may not ever be able to walk again. I've never seen somebody stretchered out because of a leg injury. But it was both his legs. It was both his legs. That's the thing. Is that like he kicked that lead leg so much he switched to orthodox because he is a southpaw, and then he kicked that one so much that one couldn't stand. And then he was like laughing at how bad it was as he was trying to keep going, and he was like, "Well, we're just gonna keep trying." And then like. The last time he kicked him, he did like an army roll at the end of it. And you were like, God, man, poor guy. Like, what a fight. But Fernandez is a lot of fun. I think we need to pay more attention to him.
I think we do. You are correct. You're going to want to pay attention to Gumby's plays here. We haven't done a regional update for a while. How is Contender Series hurting your regional results here?
No, I mean, the chalky lines of Contender Series have made it so that, like, if you miss one, there's not really a lot of profit to be made on those. And I did have a rough week 3. So, we're down a little bit, but it's just down to, like, 30 units on the non-UFC MMA.
He's up 30 units.
Yeah, up 30 units. Hey, I'm down to being up 30 units.
Yes.
We were up at, like, 35 to 37 for a little while. We were floating around in that range. Had a couple of bad weeks, and that's got us down to just 30. So we got some work to do if we want to catch, 43 last year?
Yeah, something like that. That's
but
no big deal.
I got 4 weeks or 4 months here to catch that. So, I think we got a big, and that's without Fury too. I don't know how I did on Fury because we're taping this pretty much as it happens. So, and Fury, we had some really nice underdog lines. So hopefully a couple of those cashed.
Oh, good. Yeah. Because we made those plays before the odds were dropped, right?
Yeah. So, Katarina Lerner came in as an underdog, and then like a couple of the guys up on the card who I really like. Yeah, she flipped a favorite really quick, but she was like plus 130 to open, and now she's like negative 130, like right as she's about to walk to the cage.
We know why she flipped, Gumby, because we move lines. # we move lines. So, all right. Before we get into this Cage Warriors fight card, reminder, Free Roll Football Contest is back at Sports Gambling Podcast. It's free to enter, and you're picking every NFL game against the spread. So get in there, try to catch up to us. You just missed 1 week so far because $3,000 go to first place. And if you're a part of our Patreon, $4,000 for first place. Patreon would pay more than pay for itself that way. sportsgamblingpodcast.com/free roll. Plus, we still have 25% off everything in the merch store. Promo code football. So it's sportsgamblingpodcast.com/store. Check out all the amazing MMA Gambling Podcast merch there. And football at checkout, you get a quarter off. There you go. Excuse me. We are going to Cage Wars. Thoughts on Cage Wars 193? We talked about them losing the main event. How about the rest of the card, Gumby?
Yeah, losing the main event kind of sucks. There's a couple of names who are fun to watch here. We've got an Octagon transport, which is not a move we usually see. I don't know what to make of that. Because Octagon, and I can't say this with certainty because I'm not positive about it. But from my understanding, Octagon pays quite a bit better than Cage Warriors.
It seems that way, yeah.
And on one hand, you might be like, well, isn't Cage Warriors a better like feeder to the UFC? It was, but like we've seen a lot of signings from big European promotions lately, right? We saw Kita, who granted didn't get to fight, but Kita, we saw Rashala, we saw I think Parnasse was in conversation. We saw Daliha. Like we've seen like a lot of people coming over from European promotions. And so like maybe Cage Warriors is still the better path, but like maybe it's not that way for all that long.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Cage Warriors probably could get away with paying less because they really are a feeder league to the UFC, and the other ones are kind of on their own, but maybe that's not the case anymore, like Gumby said. So what's this event called now? Do they have a name for it? Are they calling it Bungard versus Patrizi, or are they just calling it nothing at this point? Cage Warriors,
so I think
we'll call it.
I think it was always Cage Warriors Newcastle, if I'm not mistaken. So
okay,
I think that's the official name to it, even if it's not got names at the top.
Yeah. Newcastle, England is where it's taking place. Virtue Motors Arena. It's going down Saturday at 1 p.m. So you can watch it along with Octagon and win on both because we gave you plays for all of it. So UFC Fight Passes, where to watch it. 15 fights, I guess 14 fights in the card now, unless George Hardwick gets added in again. We're starting with Figlak versus Crosby. Mateusz Figlak, he is from Poland. Tom Crosby from England. They're fighting at welterweight. No odds yet for Cage Warriors, but that's an easy one to find. And just go to my bookie.ag. Maybe by the time you're hearing these words, and the odds will be there already. Crosby is the Viking. 8-4-1, 3 knockouts, 3 submissions. He's been knocked out twice, submitted once. This is his Cage Warriors debut. He has lost 2 straight. Before that, he won 2 straight, and he's gone 4-3-1 over his last 8. He's not won a fight since December 2021. He used to fight up at middleweight. Figlak, you can call him Matt. Is he related to the other Figlak? Gumby?
Yeah, they're brothers. Yeah.
I assume so. Yep. He's 8-2, 3 knockouts, 2 submissions. He's been knocked out once, submitted once. 5-2 in Cage Warriors. He's won 6 of 7, including his last fight. That was back in November 2023. So he's been off for a bit. He's not lost a fight since November 2022. He's a regional champ, or was a regional champ. He's 9 years younger than Crosby. He's 2 inches taller.
Yeah, I'm going to go Mateusz Figlak. My guess, what did I write over here? -300 on Figlak. I went and watched some film on Crosby. I almost finished watching, and I put some notes over here. I usually got like 3 or 4 bullet points on every fighter and like little tidbits that I like to say about him. I almost stopped writing after just writing the word lumbering for Tom Crosby, because that's what he is. Like if you watch him on the feet, like he just looks like he's like a stocky ogre, and he's just gonna like lumber forward, look kind of slow on the feet. And now he does get the grappling going. The cardio is not great though, so like how long can that grappling really hold up? And like the thing about Figlak brothers, and it's true of both Figlak brothers, is they're like real tough in the clinch. They like throw uppercuts in the clinch. They're good at stuffing takedowns. They're good at like forcing people's back against the cage. I think in that way alone, he probably just tires out Crosby and wins this in the second round. But even if that's not the case, if he can just stay away from the takedowns early, I think he picks him apart like really badly from the outside. Again, Figlak, not like the most polished boxer or anything like that, but like the guy is pretty much only lost to like tippity top opponents. Like I know his brother is the one who got the UFC chance, but like who are his 2 losses to? It's Ian Gary, and I wrote it down too. Oh, that weird knockout he lost to Judo Jim Wallhead. Like he just got caught by Judo Jim Wallhead early in that fight. So, like those are 2 like pretty respectable losses here, and like neither of them by being like badly out grappled. He's like kind of a guy, because they're like I said, the Figlak brothers are kind of gritty. He's kind of a guy who you need to be able to like pick apart from the outside. Crosby, not that guy at all. I think Figlak cruises here.
All right, there you go. We're going to 155 now. George Staines, he is from England. William Batista from Brazil. 3 5-minute rounds. Batista's bad boy, Batista. 12-6, 5 knockouts, 4 submissions. He's been knocked out once, submitted once. This is his Cage Warriors debut. He's won 4 straight fights, 6 of 7. He used to fight at 145 and 170. He went 3-0-1 as a pro kickboxer. Saint Staines, 6-0 with 2 submissions. This is his Cage Warriors debut as well. He's a year younger than Batista. He's 4 inches taller.
Yeah, so this is the octagon transport I talked about. George Staines, I like. Man, dude, it seemed like I wrote him off like 3 different times, being like, okay, well, that was a good prelim fight he had, but there's no way he could beat insert fighter here. And the dude just kept beating him. If you watch that, I think he's coming off of a win over HOPENY Nafuka, who is, just a gritty, tough dude at lightweight. He got invited to the Tip Sport Game Changer. Nafuka was in that tournament. And then he gets a fight afterwards to try to get his feet right against George Staines. And like Staines took care of him. And it wasn't necessarily the wrestling of Staines, because like Nafuka, I think, had better positions almost all that fight. But like when Staines gets taken down, he just like gets right back up. He's really, really, really good with a jab. He fights super long. And like he spent more time on the bottom in that fight than he did on top. And like every judge gave him the judge's scorecard. So like that tells you like how much he was outmatching Nafuka in terms of the striking. And Nafuka's not an easy guy to do that against. So like I already think pretty highly of Staines. And then on Williams Batista side, like the film I could find on him, which granted was actually a little bit shorter than I'm used to being able to find, clearly an issue with his wrestling. So like he's gonna have to try to outstrike George Staines. He doesn't really have the reach and length that I think he needs in order to be able to do that. He does throw a really big overhand that like seems kind of dangerous, but he's fought it mostly against lower level competition. So I don't know that he'll land that against somebody as good as George Staines is. So I expect Staines to like really frustrate him with the jab and stay away from the big stuff, and win this more and more as the fight goes on.
All right. Staines is big. Did you give us a number? And that's a number.
I don't think I did. And actually, I don't have one written down here. If I had to guess off the top of my head, I don't know. He's coming from a big promotion. -225, maybe -225.
Okay. What do the topologists think about this one? Staines. Where are you? 98% on Staines. Yikes.
That's higher than I wanted. Maybe -400.
Exactly. Yeah, maybe. We'll see. All right. Before we get you more plays, I'll tell you a place you can see it. MyBookie.ag. They have Octagon. Cage Warriors for sure. Cage Warriors is always on the books. We're brought to you by MyBookie.ag. MyBookie is your place to bet on football and everything else. Their prop builder is second to none. Their motto is bet on anything, anywhere, anytime. They have easy deposit and lightning fast payouts using crypto. Check out the George Staines odds there when they drop. See how close Gumby is. And when you do head over there, make sure you use our code MMASGPN. So MyBookie.ag, promo code MMASGPN. That way you get 100% bet back bonus up to $500 for new customers. That's MyBookie.ag, promo code MMASGPN. And we're brought to you by Rhythm. The NFL is back on Rhythm. Last season, Rhythm was 76 and 66 against the spread and 22 and 19 on over-unders, but they really shined on player props. They went 10-5 in Baker Mayfield props, which is 25% return on investment. But it's not just football. Rhythm also has MLB, WNBA, golf, and college football. And Rhythm has just introduced a leaderboard with weekly cash prizes just for tracking your bets in the app. Track 5 bets of the same type from any model. You build and you can win $1,000. And Gumby NFL week 2. We can do week 2 now. It's Tuesday.
Yeah, we sure can. I'm gonna take. We'll take the Cowboys. They look really good against the Eagles in week 1. Only lost by 4. They're getting the Giants in week 2, and let's face it, the Giants not as good as people cut them out to be originally. They're getting their butt whipped by the Commanders at the time of us recording this. So the Cowboys are giving them 3.5. I'll take the Cowboys to cover.
All right. So check out if Gumby knows what he's talking about. Go to sportsgamblingpockets.com/rhythm, RITHMM. Get a 7-day free trial. You can see if Gumby's being a homer or if he knows what he's talking about here. All right, we're going back to
Can I be both? Can I be both?
Yeah, possibly. It's possible. We're going to Newcastle. Back to Newcastle. We're going to a lightweight fight. We've got a Orlando Wilson Prins from the Netherlands. He is up against Andrew Fisher from the UK. 3 5-minute rounds, 155. Tell you about Fisher first. No, I'll tell you about Prins first. He's first in my spreadsheet here. 5-4, 1 knockout, 3 submissions. He's been knocked out twice. 2-4 in Cage Warriors. He has lost 2 straight. Before that, he won 2 straight. and he's got 2-4 over his last 6. Both of his past 2 losses via TKO, not good. He used to fight at 145, 6 years younger than Fisher. Fisher, 19-10-1 with 1 no contest. So he's a veteran. 6 knockouts, 9 submissions. He's been knocked out 4 times, submitted once. Cage Warriors debut, he's also has lost 2 straight fights. And he's gone 5-2 with 1 no contest over his last 8. Got TKO'd in his last bout as well. That was back in June of 2023. He's not won since May of 2022. 2-3 with 1 no contest in Bellator. Multiple region RIP, multiple region championships on his
mantle.
Correct. I missed the RIP. Correct. sportsgamblingpockets.com/store. I remember your code football at checkout. I almost missed it. I went back for the rip. I used to fight at 145 as well. 2007 pro MMA debut, an inch taller than Prins. Who's getting knocked out here, Gumby?
Somebody. So here's the issue I'm having. Prins has not looked good lately. And I say this as an Orlando Prins fan. He's been on my show a couple of times. I really like the guy. Fisher hasn't fought in forever. Right? It's been, what'd you say, 2+ years. Yep. And did you happen to catch who that last loss was to?
No.
Ronnie, I did, but little known prospect named Ronnie Paradis. So,
I've heard of him.
Yeah. So, like, tough out for Fisher. I wish I knew more about why Fisher went away. Like, did he retire after getting his butt whipped by a guy? Like, Paradis wasn't super well known at the time either. Like, he got toasted by him, and everybody was like, "Oh, maybe we should pay attention to this Paradis guy." And meanwhile, Fisher disappeared for 2 years. So, like, did he quit? Was he injured? Was he giving himself time to recover? I don't know. I think he comes in as an underdog here, and I'm gonna say, like, I do think he's faster than Prins on the feet. He didn't really look like a liability in terms of his grappling against Paradis. Like, Paradis had some moments, but it was largely by, like, man, Paradis threw some, like, 1-2s right down the middle in that fight. And, like, his hands might as well have not been there because Paradis just went around him and threw him every single time he punched. Like, no shame on that because Paradis is a surgeon. But, man, like, what I've seen from Fisher, which granted is 2 years ago, just, like, looks better than what I've seen from Prins in his last couple of fights. I just have that, like, weird caveat of, like, what happened? Why is he gone for that long? Was he about to retire and then just, like, convinced himself to come back? If that's the case, like, I don't want him. But, like, if he's a big underdog here, I do want him. So, like, I think this is a pick 'em. If it is, I'm just, like, I'm going to walk away from it and not pick anybody. But I kind of want to play Andrew Fisher here as, like, maybe a sneaky underdog if that's what we can get him at.
Okay. But you don't know.
Yeah, like, because he could also, he could come in here as, like, a +300 underdog and, like, clearly was trying to retire and probably should have stayed retired. And then, like, if that's the case, I'm going to look even dumb taking him at +300. Never mind at pick'em price. It's just, like, one of those fights where it's like, if I can take that version of him, if that version of him is like a real thing, I think he beats this version of Prins. I think he beats the most current version of Prins. But, like, who's to say if that version of him exists anymore?
Yep. We'll find out soon enough. About a third of the people on Tapology are picking him. So
that means I could get him maybe to +225, +230.
Yeah, maybe. That'd be all right. All right. We are going to a bantamweight fight. Reece McEwan. He is from Scotland. Elton Armindo. He's not from Scotland. He's from a different flag. He is from Portugal. 3 5-minute rounds. Let's break her down by telling you about McEwan. He is 8-3, 2 knockouts, 5 submissions. He's been submitted once. 5-2 in Cage Warriors. He's won 1 of 3 and 5 of 7. Won his last bout via submission. Armindo, Mota Bomba. Do you know what that translates to, Gumby?
Yeah, it means little speck of good for nothing.
What?
Yeah, it's like a tiny speck.
Really?
Yeah, the first part of that means tiny speck, and the second one means good for nothing.
You know what it says when you translate it online?
What?
Wobbly motorbike.
I don't.
That's a little different.
And I'm going based on, like, my vague understanding of Portuguese. But I'm pretty sure that first word means, like, tiny speck, and that second one means good for nothing. But then again, like, maybe that's what a wobbly motorbike is. It's like a tiny thing that's not good for anything. Wobbly.
Someone let us know. we have plenty of Portuguese fans.
Yeah, if you're a Portuguese speaker, tell me what that means, please.
Okay,
or tell me if my translation sucks or something like that.
We'll tell you what we do know about Armindo. 6-0 with 3 knockouts. This is his debut in Cage Warriors. He's won 3 straight via TKO. He used to fight at 145. He's 5 years younger than McEwan, an inch taller.
Yeah, so first of all, if you're looking for film on Armindo, it comes in many different forms. Sometimes he's listed as Armindo Bamba. Sometimes he's listed as Elton Bamba. And sometimes he's listed as Elton Armindo. So, like, you really have to do some, like, freaking digging, and it's, like, annoying as hell. I watched the film on him. Like, nice little jab on him. Looks all right standing up. Looks a little bit tentative. Clearly would rather grapple. Gets the hips well. The finish on the takedown looks maybe a little bit questionable, which you elevate that level of questionableness when you add in the fact that he's had really terrible competition. Like, he hasn't really fought anybody. So, like, part of me is like, okay, does he have some, like, real grappling skills, or is he just kind of getting lucky by fighting nobodies? And then on the other hand, Reece McEwan, like, we've seen him wrestle really well. I went back and watched this fight with Cameron Else, which he does lose by split decision. Largely just because Else is a touch faster than him on the feet. But, like, his double leg is great on there. The way he gets to the hips is really good. He drives through his takedowns. Like, I really like what I see from the takedowns of McEwan. And on the feet, I think he's, like, a little bit more aggressive and a little bit better than Bamba. So, like, I like McEwan in this fight. I'm curious as to see whether or not a guy who's 1-2 in his last 3 fights, granted all for Cage Warriors, I'm interested to see what the books think of that versus a 6-0 prospect who hasn't fought anybody. I think McEwan's still a favorite ultimately. Like, I think it would be crazy for Bamba to be a favorite here. I don't imagine the books are going to see his body of work and be like, because he's not even, like, finish heavy either, right? Like, it's like 3 finishes and 3 decisions. So, like, there's no reason for the books to, like, go nuts on him. So, like, I'm going to say Reece McEwan, like, -150. And I do, even at that price, I think I'd like him.
Only 20% are in on him, though, Gumby. Maybe
that's the Tapology guy seeing somebody undefeated, though, and just getting excited about it.
Yeah, or maybe they like Wobbly Motorbikes.
Maybe they like Wobbly Motorbikes.
Who doesn't?
I almost said something that wasn't Wobbly Motorbike, but I'm not gonna say it.
Gumby almost slipped up. That would have been fun. All right, we're going Underdog now. Underdog at Best Ball Mania is happening all summer long, giving away $15 million in prizes, including $2 million in first place. No waiver wire, no arguments about trades. Best ball is the best way to play fantasy football. Underdog is also a great place to play pick'em. You know that. You can win up to 500 times your entry. You know that because Gumby gives you winning plays all the time. Like, right now.
Giving you so many football plays. We better stick with baseball. I don't think I can do any more football anymore. So we'll go with so this is coming your way on Tuesday, correct? It's coming your way on Tuesday. I'll take the higher than Noah Cameron strikeouts. Noah Cameron, a dude who I've been into all year. I think he's really, really good. He's playing the Guardians at Cleveland on Tuesday. And he's been putting up pretty good numbers. He got 5 in his last game, 5 2 games before that. He's pretty much good for pretty close to a half dozen. Probably going to be listed here. Granted, we're recording this early. Probably going to be projected at 4.5 by the fine folks at Underdog. And I'll take the higher than on that.
All right. Check it out, and also check this out. This offer here, Underdog's got a brand new offer for new customers. Play just $5 and get $50 in bonus funds when you sign up with our code MMA SGPN. And we're brought to you by NoVig, all one word, NoVig. NoVig is America's #1 sports prediction market. Since NoVig is an exchange, you know you're getting some of the best prices in the market. NoVig is available in 35 plus states. Download the NoVig app right now. And you can get $50 when you spend $5 if you use our promo code SGPN. Get in on the action with NoVig, promo code SGPN. All right, main event, for now at least. Chris Bungard, he is from Scotland. Simone Patrizi, he is from Italy. They are fighting at lightweight, 3 5-minute rounds. Bungard is the bad guy. 21-10, 5 knockouts, 10 submissions. He's been knocked out once, submitted 4 times. 4-3 in Cage Warriors. He's won 2 straight. Before that, he lost 2 straight. Before that, he won 2 straight. Both of his past 2 wins have come via submission. He went 2-3 in Bellator. RIP. Has missed weight before at 155. Used to fight up at 170. Multiple regional championships on his
mantle.
Correct. Get a shirt, get a merch. sportsgamblingpockets.com/store. Remember, football at checkout, 25% off. 2013 Pro MMA debut for Bungard, 3 inches taller than Patrizi. Patrizi is the white shark. 7-4, 4 knockouts, 1 submission. He's been knocked out twice, submitted once. 2 and 3 in Cage Warriors. He has lost 2 straight though, and only won 1 of 4. He's 6 years younger than Bungard.
Do you think that nickname is a translation issue? Do you think he's supposed to be the Great White Shark and somehow it just translated to White Shark from Italian? Because that's a pretty awful nickname, if we're being frank. I can't believe I'm going to do this, but I'm going to take Patrizi. You know how much I typically do not pick Italian fighters, and how much I love Chris Bungard for some reason. I really do love watching the guy fight. But the more and more I watch film on these two, and I think Patrizi is going to be a massive underdog. We're talking like 300 here. I really do think he's better than Bungard. And like, you know, I went back and I watched his last fight. He was fighting Adam Shelley, and he like got his wrestling going early against Shelley, and ultimately like lost just because Shelley got the fight back to his feet and, you know, kind of picked them apart by being like that long, lanky crap that Shelley brings. But like Patrizi looked pretty good, and he's fast on his feet, and like he actually prefers to strike usually, but like his wrestling got going because he didn't like the length of Shelley. And here he's fighting Bungard, who's like really good at jiu-jitsu, but like kind of gives up takedowns because he'd just rather be on his back. And like when he gets to those positions, he sweeps a lot and he does a lot of good things. But I just think like from what I've seen from Patrizi, like I feel like he stalls. He'll like stall out Bungard if he gets to those points. And then on top of that, like I think he's a touch faster than Bungard on the feet. And like, yeah, Bungard like puts on pace and has good cardio and somehow manages to come on late in fights. But I just don't know that he's going to be able to find enough here against Patrizi, especially in a 3-round fight. So I'm going to take Simone Patrizi. My guess is like a pretty sizable underdog. I'll say like plus 300.
4% agree with you, Gumby. So this is a big swing.
Yeah. And like he's on losses and they try to give Bungard favorable matchups, but I think they just like slipped on this one. They saw a guy with a couple of losses and like didn't check the stylistic matchup because I really do think it favors Patrizi.
The white shark will eat the bad guy, says Gumby. So I was recapping. We'll get you some more plays. Patrizi, he's got McEwan. He's got Fisher. He has got Staines. He has got Figlak. Lightning rounds, that bam, boom, pow.
Yeah, I'm going to look over here for the correct pronunciation because I wrote him down. I'm a fan. Alexis Sarmantidis. Another one. I don't know if you remember last year. We went through a run of Greek fighters who like wildly overperformed in circumstances and like gave us really good performances. This is another one who I think is just like gritty enough to be good and win a fight. He's only 4-2. You might find some good odds on Sarmantidis. So he's one. The other one I like is Richard Kalos. It's Kalos. He's a Romanian grappler. Granted, he trains out of England now, but he's a Romanian grappler who has some like really, really, really good ground stuff. And I think can spoil his opponent's day here. So I'm going to take Kalos and Sarmantidis as my 2 lightning round plays.
All right. You are all set for Cage Warriors. You can chat with us in the Discord, sportsgamblingpodcast.com/Discord, on YouTube in the comment section at MMA Gambling Podcast. Thanks for subscribing in advance if you've not already. YouTube, SGPN MMA. Gumby runs that for us. He is at Gumby Vreeland. I'm at Jeff Fox Writer there and on Instagram for me. Check out my Substack. Enter my free UFC Pick'em contest at moneymma.substack.com. Gumby has a podcast called Top Turtle. It's in your feed right now. And who is on it?
We are talking with Steven Asplund, who is fighting, if you're listening to this right now, tonight. So make sure to tune in to his fight. And then Christina Brader, who fights on LFA this Friday.
So check it out, Top Turtle. And of course, sportsgamblingpodcast.com, sportsgamblingpodcast.com/store. Football, 25% off at checkout. sportsgamblingpodcast.com/Patreon. Back tomorrow. We got 3 more episodes for you this week. You've already gotten 3. You're getting 3 more. We got UFC Contender Series. Until then, Gumby will bid you farewell.
All right, I'm Data Gumby Vreeland. He's the Wobbly Motorbike, Jeff Fox, and we will see you tomorrow.